In this example, we're going to factor a binomial, first using the difference of squares principle, and then using the difference of cubes. Let's look at this for a second. Now, first of all, notice that we have an even exponent and a perfect square. This right here is a difference of squares. So let's use the difference of squares and let's factor it. This would be z cubed minus 8, z cubed plus 8. At this point, notice something. Notice that we have both a difference of cubes and a sum of cubes. So we'll factor these out in two separate pieces. I'll factor out z cubed minus 8 first. The first thing that's always good to identify when you're factoring using the sum or difference of cubes is to find out what your a and b are according to the formulas found on page 325. Well, your a in this case would be z, and your b would be 2, since 2 cubed equals 8. Now let's use the formula found on page 325, and let's factor this. We have z minus 2, z squared plus 2z plus 4. Now, another thing that you can use to help you when you're trying to figure out the signs to use is SOAP. Same, opposite, always positive. The same sign as your original problem, the opposite sign as of your original problem, and this last one will always be positive. So if you can remember to take the cubic root of each of them for your first binomial, then you take the first term and square it. The middle term will be the product of these two, and the last term will be the last term of that binomial squared. Now let's use the sum of cubes and factor the second one. Again, a is going to be z and b is going to be 2. So using the formula, we know that the first set is going to be z and 2. And we can use SOAP to help us know what signs. S, always same. Since the original one is positive, this will be the same, positive. Now for the first term, we'll have the first term here squared. The opposite sign of positive is negative. The middle term here is going to be the product of the two. This last term will always be positive, and that last term is going to be the second term in your binomial squared. Now let's bring this all together. Z cubed minus 8, we said factored into z minus 2, z squared plus 2z plus 4, and then we said z squared plus 8 factors into z plus 2 times z squared minus 2z plus 4. And this is my final answer.